Okay, everybody, what is going on? Good evening. I know that Hard Knocks is just about ready to hit HBO Max here. So I know a lot of you guys are probably already plugged in for that. So real quick here, we're going to just spin through some of the things that happened at the training camp session today. Today was, I believe, training camp session number 15. Not necessarily a lot because it was a closed camp session. So it wasn't open to the fans. There's a little bit of media availability, but not a lot. So we'll talk about what there is to talk about, and then we will lock in for Hard Knocks, which I will be watching, and I'll be making a video about the episode later tonight. This video is sponsored by Prize Picks. So first, a few things about the team outside of the confines of camp. So off the field of the VMAC first, I know a lot of you guys are going to be into this, and it is pretty cool. It has been officially announced that we are getting the old school uniforms for both teams with the Seahawks versus Broncos game in week 6. This is a Thursday night football, by the way. So in front of a national audience, we're going to be wearing our retros and the Broncos are going to be wearing theirs. So pretty cool. I'm not a huge uniform guy. To me, uniforms are kind of extracurricular stuff, but we do have cool looking throwbacks in Denver's, what do you call that? Like, orange, the Orange Crush uniforms, I think they call them. Like, it's a pretty good matchup, man, and it's gonna, if you're an older individual, you probably have a lot of memories of this. Not necessarily good memories for the Seahawks, but memories nevertheless. Let me twist my microphone there a little bit. But pretty cool. So we got that going on. In not so good news, however, Coby Bryant, and I know this is kind of off the topic of the Seahawks. This is not really a big consideration for us. But as it turns out, Coby Bryant's going to miss most, if not all, of the season with the injury that he had a few weeks ago at camp. So he is probably done for the year for the Bears, which is devastating for him and devastating for the team. And it sucks, right? I mean, I made that video a few weeks ago talking about it. He's not our player anymore, but on some level, he always will be one of us because he helped us win a Super Bowl, and he wasn't an amazing player, but he was a good player and an important part of that team. And ultimately, do we win the Super Bowl if we have a lesser player in his position? I don't know. I don't know. And luckily, we don't ever have to know. But he was a guy that I was happy he got paid. I was proud of the improvements he made over the years, and now it's just kind of like, So that sucks for him for sure. And there is one potential side effect that this could have on the Seahawks. Obviously, nowhere near as bad as what Coby's going through, but there is some potential trickle down here where because Coby Bryant won't play in the regular season and possibly not until the playoffs, we'll see about that. But right now, the Seahawks are projected to get a 5th-round pick for Coby Bryant, but apparently it is possible that that 5th-round pick becomes a 6th-round pick because Coby doesn't play enough. Now, I didn't know that was a thing. I thought it was purely based off of contract. So I'm not sure exactly what the rule is or the methodology that they use to determine this. But apparently it is possible that we see one of our comp picks lose value. And I know it's not a huge deal, but it's worth noting because he doesn't play. So there is a little bit of a trickle down there, but obviously it's nothing compared to what the Bears and Coby Bryant himself are going through. All right, so on to camp. All right, guys, let's take a quick break here to talk a little bit about Prize Picks, currently the #1 sports pick app in America. The app is very easy to use. Check it out to my left here. You can do player picks, where you just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock in your lineup. Or you can pick teams, where you pick winners, spread, or total on any game or fight. The app is available in most states, including California, Texas, and Florida. Right now, they have a great offer. You can play your first $5 lineup and get $150 in lineups if you win. All you have to do is use code HMA when you sign up. It's a brand new offer. Best time possible to get on the app. So get on over there and get to winning that first lineup. So remember, Prize Picks, code HMA. Download the app today and remember to always gamble responsibly. All right, so again, we're just going to kind of speed run this because I understand that people are, the whole training camp thing. We're ready for real football here, but it was the 15th practice of training camp, and the guy that we got to speak with a little bit, the media. I mean, when I say we, I mean the media, the Kings. Was Devin Witherspoon, which is definitely going to be intriguing because there's some stuff going on with him right now that I think we're all curious about. But when it came to things happening on the practice field, mainly Julian Neal actually got on the field a little bit and is advancing. All he did yesterday was warm up, so we saw a little bit more from him today, I believe. So working our way up. I don't know if he'll be ready for the first preseason game. I would guess probably not, but hopefully he can make it back for the second and third one because we need to get him out there, and he needs the opportunity to go out there and do something. Other than that, the main highlight of the day was honestly it was kind of like I don't know if you call it a fight, but kinda. So there was sorry about that, my phone was going off, but basically Torrey Horton got into it with Ty Okada, and by the way, Ty Okada apparently had a really good day today. Horton and Okada got into it, and they ended up fighting, getting thrown around. They got Horton got thrown into defensive players on the sideline. I guess Horton got hit by Okada after the play, which very rude. Do not approve. But this is standard training camp stuff. I think that it's important to keep that in perspective. This kind of stuff tends to happen pretty much every training camp for pretty much every team at some point. I mean, you think this is bad, wait until you see what happens during the joint practices. That'll probably get really bad. So there was a little bit of a dust up today. Other than that, I mean, JSN had a good day. Again, we don't really, it's hard to really celebrate that because JSN's done so much stuff in the actual NFL. Hearing that he did stuff in camp is kind of like, okay. I mean, good for you. It's cool. But at the same time, it's kind of like, we know you can do it in an actual NFL game. So how excited can we get? When Devin Witherspoon was asked about the contract stuff, he basically said that he's focused on football right now. He's not thinking about the contract stuff. He's not skipping out on practice time, and he's not going to let it get in the way. He basically just said, I don't really have too much to say. I don't really have too much to offer up on it. It's happening, and I'm focused on football. Now, I've heard from, I think it was Rappaport, that the contract talks have stalled out a little bit. So I don't know exactly what to say about whether or not things get done tomorrow or next week or a few weeks from now or maybe even later than that. But it sure does feel like Witherspoon's not letting it bother him, which is good because it is something that we've seen it distract players before. All right. For the most part, the sentiment that I got from people who spoke about what happened on the field, the defense was better than the offense, which has been surprisingly not the case very much so far this camp. The offense has been kind of even. And that's a little bit surprising, I think, to some people because the defense was better than the offense last year. Like I said, Okada had the really good play. Velez Jones had a 20-yard touchdown on a wheel route. So that's cool. Obviously, he's got long odds to make the team, but could totally be a practice squad guy that gets called up at some point. So that's really about most of what I heard. I think Derek Hall got dinged up near the end of practice. I believe that Charles Cross came back out after he got dinged up a little bit. So I think we're fine there. But again, not really a lot to pass along here. Just the basics at this point. And just to wrap things up here real quick, Robbie Oots, it is a neck injury, according to Brady Henderson. So it's officially the thing that he had last year, and it's officially something to worry about long term. And I mean long term. We're talking about career altering, possibly. So bad news there. And according to Corbin, Jadarian Price practiced a little bit. It wasn't a lot, didn't go crazy, but he did actually do a little bit of stuff running on the side field. Same with Neal. So we're working our way back here. Again, I don't know if these guys are going to be ready for the preseason game, but it looks like the crisis has been averted. All right, I'm getting out of here. I got Hard Knocks to watch. I know you guys do too. Video in a couple hours talking about the episode, but until then, see you guys later. Go Hawks.